Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe, Sagittarius, and with passion. You're excitable and you're excited. You want to move on, or you're picking up the pace with what you really want to do. You're feeling like things are opening up, doors are opening up for you. You want to move forward, or at least you want to start something, and you have a healing sensation about what it is you want to do. It's as if what you're trying to do is bringing you that sense of it's going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. Things are working in my favor now. You're feeling it, or you're going to start to feel it coming into mid-June. When I do this read, we are at I think today's the 9th of June when I put this reading out, which of course means that I'm going to be bringing in the June readings really soon. As soon as I'm done with the person most on your mind, I'm going to start doing that. Here we see the 9 of Swords and the Tower with our Magician. So someone is really working hard at making up their minds and really making change, bringing in the change. Again, it's a healing feeling that the messages are coming in with, or what you're doing is really fixing that ego. Maybe not yours, maybe the person most on your mind is being worn down by your charm, wanting to put an end to certain behaviors, or at least tell the truth about how they feel about the commitment. Or maybe you want to do that. And we have the Star in reverse, which is quite odd. But I just did the Gemini read, so maybe when I put the cards back in, I put it in reverse. But it just means that your dream is coming. It's just not arrived yet, and your focus is on the future. You really want to see and achieve the goal that you have set before you. Again, it's a healing. So for some of you, it could be that you've been working on certain projects that are now bringing you back to what you would call normal in the way you feel. It's an emotional healing for some of you that you've been, and I say some, again, it just take it as it resonates. If you've been through something that hurt deeply, you're overcoming it. And if you are working on certain behaviors, you're going to be successful at it. The good news is that you're almost there. You're seeing the victory, you're feeling the victory, and the victory will be yours, Sagittarius. It's coming. It's coming. Good news is coming. The reading is about the person most on your mind, and the deck splits with the 6 of Cups and showing at the bottom the 7 of Wands. So we're taking things in stride with how we've been treated. Some of us are overcoming certain loss within family, and we're feeling like, okay, I've grown up now. I know what this is. I know why. I know how. I know where this came from, etc. You're putting the pieces together, and you're pretty much understanding the story. Again, there's a graduation of sorts, if it is that you're in school, or if you've been treated like poorly by family or siblings and people that you may be working with. Again, you're coming into your own. You're standing your ground. You're taking back what was taken, and you're overcoming that sense of feeling left out. You're not trusting the right way, as in you're not wearing your heart on your sleeve anymore. You've grown up in that sense. You've outgrown childish connections or communications or the way that you behaved with certain people, you've come to realize that you can't be like that anymore, that you've outgrown that sentiment or the connection in itself. The nostalgia is in that you're remembering how it used to be, and now you've changed and you've realized, or you're coming to realize that change. You're following your heart and you're going to achieve what you want. Again, I just said that. So Spirit is saying it again to boost your confidence, because we know that that Knight of Cups, he wears his heart on his sleeve. But you've come to realize that you can't do that anymore, Sagittarius. One more shuffle. And I'm using the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're doing this, the person most on your mind spread. And I choose the cards randomly. So starting with the situation in itself. I was ready to put it here. So that could be, I was going to say the cross watchers, but there's always cross watchers. But it just means that I'm very much more aware of it, because when I do this spread, I come with the energy of you and the person most on your mind. And lately I've been feeling the infiltration of energy for cross watchers who are looking in or looking up, or at least trying to get a handle on a particular relationship between people. So this is how you deal with the situation, and this is how the person most on your mind deals with the situation. This is Spirit's advice, and here we have how you follow that advice if you choose to, and how the next person behaves according to how you choose to follow Spirit's advice. Here we have the potential outcome, because nothing I say is written in stone and you have free will. And then we have how you are responding to what would be the outcome of this read, and how the next person responds. Now I think they're good. Just shift them over just a bit, because they're kind of to the edge on my end. I want to make sure that they're in a good view. Perfect. Sagittarius, we're looking at the bottom of the deck, and we have the moon showing that, again, it's secrecy, it's uncertainty. Where I don't remember the cards that fell earlier, to be honest, but there's a connection here with the fear of the future. I'm not sure I want to go forward, and I'm contemplating what to do, and I'm not sure I'm going to understand, but you will come through to making choices. You have many opportunities, and the cycle will come to an end. And for some, and this could mean that I choose to take the higher ground. I choose to be the adult, and I choose to make that decision stick. Like you know what you want, and you understand the ins and outs of why certain things take place the way they do. And then you can read into the confusion, if there was any, or if there is any, and that you can make choice from the opportunities that are available to you. Cycles are coming to an end wherein you see that you can't and that you must move on, that you can't stay, and you need to move on. You need to learn and grow. You need to accept, embrace, or really just absorb what has taken place for some, because we're having a bit of difficulty in acceptance. Again, that's where the Temperance card, I think, is what I saw come out, where there's a healing going on. Again, there's karmic justice. So in some cases, we cannot avoid confusion in certain relationships, and this is where that sense of fear is, that I fear that I will keep getting the same thing again in the future. I want to be patient with what I know is to come to me would be good, but I'm not sure. And again, we have the Empress to tell that yes, things are going to be okay. You just have to follow your intuition. Believe. You need to believe. You need to really believe that good things are going to come to you, not just because the tarot reader says so, but because you have put the effort in. And yes, you may have been outcast, or you may have been pushed aside, or you may have taken yourself away from certain groups or family because you were made to feel that you were not or less than worthy. In some cases, you really don't give a crap. You just like, okay, you know what? I don't need that. You don't want me around. I'm gone. I'm able to take care of myself, and I will be abundant. I have that desire to take care of myself anyway. I am able to do. I don't need you. That really no nonsense attitude is where she comes in to say, I don't care how you treat me. I can just move on and be happy wherever I am. Wherever I lay my hat is home. And that's not for everybody, but it makes sense when I see the King of Cups with the Six of Pentacles, in that he can be very selfish. He can be very, very selfish, but in a good way, wherein he takes care of himself first, and he is able to share once he has enough to go around. He will not hesitate to give to others because he has such a generous heart, and he understands what it means to be hurt. He understands what it means to have been pushed aside. He knows that very well, because remember, he was a Knight of Cups, wherein he's taken so many chances. He's put his heart out on his sleeve, and he continues to do that. But now he knows better because he's king. He learned from a lot of being pushed out into the cold and having that happen to him many times, that he's developed the shell of, yeah, okay, I see that coming. I know, I've been there, I've done that, and I can take care of myself. See what I mean? Okay, so the details, the hard work, it's going to pay off because we have a plan and we're sticking to it, and we have that desire to move on and be prosperous alone. We want Sagittarius. We want what we want, and we're not letting anybody stop us from getting it. Again, we look at this card as fear. We look at this card as confusion. We also look at this card as a marker for full moon, new moon, and take it as it resonates. Your time is coming. You may feel certain changes in your emotions on coming into the new moon. Full moon, because we already had new moon, but it's coming. I think it's on the 11th that we will have that full moon. So just look forward to either good news coming or that feeling of, yeah, I can do this. It's going to happen for me. It's coming. You're in the situation of not trusting. Wow. Sagittarius, you have doubt. And yeah, I don't blame you. You're dealing with people who treat you poorly, for lack of a harsher word. But it's just to say that the situation between you and the person most on your mind is less than trustworthy here. You don't feel that they're giving you certain truths, or you don't trust their behavior. You feel like you need more, and they're not coming with it. So again, the confusion as to who's not talking or who needs to talk about what we want, what we need. Is it you? Is it them? Are you giving them any indication that they can't trust you? Are you keeping certain information away? Are they keeping certain information away? You need to be a little more transparent maybe with them. Or maybe you need to trust your feelings because you don't trust them. Again, it's a lot of misconstrued information or misinterpretation Again, we're not speaking clearly, or we're leaving an impression that's vague. Walls are going up on both sides, maybe. You want to follow your faith. You're probably choosing, in some cases, to take a spiritual path rather than a physical, sexual path with a particular person. Or you may just not want to get into a relationship because you don't trust that the relationship in itself it has the value. You want to lead more into spirituality for some. Again, you're paying attention to what you believe in, regardless if it is on a spiritual level or religious level, or just simply your values. You're looking into what you value. Again, it is all about what you are afraid of, and facing those fears and knowing what you believe in is going to take you to your success, or at least bring you there. You have to have faith, and you know that. You know that because you are Sagittarius. The person most on your mind is moving forward with pursuing their goals, pursuing their ideas, their passions, or at least they want to. Again, it's either going away from you or trying to communicate with you. Only you will know. But they're wanting to prove themselves, at least. Spirit is saying to have patience, or both of you should have patience with each other, because it's a question of communication and understanding and being open and transparent. And maybe it's been taking a while to come around, but Spirit is saying that with patience, focusing on what you really want and tending to the needs, your needs first, will only bring out the next person, or the person most on your mind, the way that they feel about you. If you are open and honest with them and they don't give you back the same, then you know if you want to go forward, or if this will come to stalemate. Because Spirit is saying that patience is required to determine the outcome of this relationship. And if you are tending to the relationship in a positive way, then yes, fruit will come. And if you are not, then it won't. And I just got a disturbance. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Sagittarius. Okay. All right, let's see. We have our Chariot showing. So they really want to move forward. They really want to take this relationship to a higher level. Looks like they want to get married, or they're thinking about it. They want to change the plans. They want to put an end to a cycle of confusion. They really want to be with you. You are in a situation of, you need to think about what you really want. You need to open up. Again, allow Spirit to guide you. Follow your instincts. Let your instincts lead you. Be patient. Be patient. Because maybe what you think is ended is just only now beginning. Sagittarius, Spirit says that if you follow through and be patient and allow yourself to read between the lines and absorb the messages the universe is putting out there for you, you will be victorious. You will be able to have that relationship. Again, you have a plan, and it's coming. You've been held back by Spirit because you need to be patient, because you need to allow for the time for certain things to come to fruition. Maybe it was just that you wanted to move in a hurry because now they want to move in a hurry. But they are keeping they're changing direction. Even if Spirit is guiding them to move in the direction that they need to go in, not so much that they want to. It's a question of willpower, to have the will to move forward. They have ideas that they want to share. They are very capable, and Their physical strength brings them to make things happen. And again, it was because there needed to be certain time. Again, for you, there needed to be certain time as to allow for things to take place, for allow the fruits to actually start growing before you start picking them. Maybe you were in a hurry because you were being held back, to the point where you're focusing on the plan now, which is what Spirit wanted, because now 8 of Pentacles is showing up here, and that just brings in abundance, that brings in legacy, that brings in details of what needs to be said if there is communication to be had. And of course the victory is in the relationship. They are going to open up and talk. Again, telling the secrets. Let's see what the thoughts are for the person most on your mind, Sagittarius. What are they thinking? Sagittarius. We have drama. Okay, so there was a lot of drama between you maybe before, and now things are clearing up. Or again, that time away, maybe you had spent time away and that patience is paying off. I am blocked. They're feeling that they are, or they've been blocked, they've been prevented to come to you. I wish I could understand you. Again, communication, keeping that line of understanding, communicating and expressing what you really want, etc. I give one more. I've been giving everybody one more card. Don't put up with my BS. So again, they really want to be with you. They're being honest, or at least they want to be. Childhood trauma. So yeah, we're looking at the past. We're looking at how things were. Maybe they were triggered. Maybe you were triggered. Again, the situation is a lack of trust, and it's because of that childhood trauma for some and drama for others, and being blocked for whatever reason. Mostly communication issues, I'm sure, between you. But for now, the Spirit is saying your patience is going to pay off, and you will have victory if you open up, or allow for them to open up and focus on what you really want and share that with them. And on that note, Sagittarius, I thank you for your likes and your subscribes and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.